They say health is wealth, and one of the most dangerous things in this life is to actually have issues with your health. Now, Kwame Owusu Fordjour, who is popularly known as Dr. UN, is a Ghanaian. How do I put it? Is he? How best is it for us to actually describe Kwame Owusu Fordjour or Dr. UN? Dr. UN actually became popular when he awarded some people some flask, feeding bottle. He gave some celebrities feeding bottle, including Sarkodie, D Black, and some very well-known figures. And he arranged a scheme. Okay, that's okay. To him, he said it wasn't a scheme because he felt like it was an award that should have been recognized because he used the name UN. Okay. Which is United Nations, and because of that, he was able to actually organize it in a way that you could have. It was believable to extend that. I mean, people that were celebrities were actually they went there to take their awards, and we saw the pictures and everything, and it became a massive throw to some of these celebrities that were actually awarded on that particular program. People bashed him for doing what he did, for staging a scam as huge as like that. I mean, to not to deceive the ordinary Ghanaian, but to deceive people that were celebrities. Some of them were even governments, they were in the government, some of them were politicians, some of them were media personalities, musicians, artists. So for him to actually go to that extent, to have that brain capacity to organize something like that, some people sort of admired him in a negative context because for you to scam someone in that kind of way, it means that at least you have some mental capacity to actually organize something like that. But that isn't the issue that I'm going to focus about. The issue is basically because our man, Dr. UN, who I think for a time he became more of a comedian. He was hilarious. I mean, he started doing music. He started speaking on different TV shows, going for interviews, and he's a bubbly personality. I mean, he's the kind of person that you can't listen to him without cracking up or maybe seeing something very hilarious about it. Something that he says. He had his own personality, he had his own way of doing things, but it doesn't take away the fact that he brought some level of humor and joy into the Ghana media space, and we all admired him in a certain sense. Not in his negative side, the scamming side and the scheming side of him, but the fact that he was a character. Let me put it that way. But now our man is going through some difficulties with his health, and it's rather a sad development. I mean, for some time now, he's been out of the limelight for a time now, but I thought maybe he had other things to focus on. You know, sometimes when people are low-key on the media, you know, they have other issues that they have to tackle, personal life issues and stuff. So personally, I've not been seeing him on the media for a while now, but I thought maybe he had other things to do with his life, so he was focusing on it. Then, all of a sudden, we woke up this morning to see a video of him pleading for mercy that he has some serious health issues. Apparently, it's supposed to be a kidney issue that even causing some kind of diabetic features, that he has some wounds on his leg. You know, when you have diabetes, there's all sort of wounds that start developing in certain parts of your bodies, and he had bandages on his legs, and he was pleading for mercy. He was pleading for people to come to his aid to help him. He called on Shatawale, he called on Sarkodie, and that's even a funny part because I mean, some of the SAG natives will be really pleased that he called Sarkodie out to come and help him. But I mean, Charlie, maybe where he is at now, and it's not about what he's done in the past. It's about, I mean, how to rescue him from his health issues, his health conditions. And with that one said, I feel, Charlie, okay, when I was watching the video, I was caught up in two minds. Okay, because there was a lady that was right beside him that was also helping her to speak, helping Dr. UN to speak about his issue. But you see, you don't know whether to believe him. Okay, because because of his reputation of having this kind of mindset of scheming to get things from people and then having his way. But what if it's true? Because he, Charlie, this life, I'm gonna say, this is a strong lesson to all of us that sometimes the reputation you live is very important. Because what if he's actually very in a very, bad situation with regards to his health, because he's talking about the fact that he spoke about the surgery that he has to go through cost around 400,000 Ghana cedis. That's a lot of money. And he needs some people to come to his aid. He mentioned Delay, he mentioned Nana Mama Brown, and these are all top guns that when it got to a point, they were actually interviewing him on their various shows. So I believe that it's only right for him to actually call for help from these people. But I don't know whether you've chanced on the video online, but personally, when I was watching the video, a part of me was like, Charlie, this is our man. Not really our man, because Charlie, he doesn't have a good reputation, but our man in the sense that sometimes he's very funny, and then we all laugh at some of his gimmicks and all that. But let's take it this way. What if he is actually in that position with his health? Do you think that these people that he called out will have the heart to help him? As a society, do you think that we can maybe forgive him for all that he's done to go to his aid and sort of provide the funds that he needs to actually go through the surgery so that we can see him in a good place? Or maybe you think he's just scheming, or he's just lying again to get money from people? And both of these situations is very dicey, because if you take the first one, like, if he has a health issue, now the issue becomes that are the people he's calling out going to have would they do it with free conscience? Because he's hurt some people with the things he's done, scheming, and then some of these celebrities, they had a lot of people laughing at them because they had a brand to protect, and this guy sort of used his scheme to make their brand look a certain kind of way in the eyes of many Ghanaians. Because Charlie, how can you allow yourself to be tricked in this way? We all thought that you had this kind of brand, or you had this kind of knowledge or brain capacity to actually see through certain things. So now the big issue is it's a very big test to some of these celebrities, because now you have to decide whether you are going to forgive this guy and then go to his aid, at least provide something. Not that you can provide all the money, because the money is quite huge, but at least you can do something, and somebody can also do something for him to go through the surgery successfully. And that's if what he's saying is true. I'm also part of the people that is a bit of I'm skeptical about this whole thing because of his reputation. And if on the flip side it's not true and he's scheming, I don't know, Charlie. This issue now it's a huge issue. Like the way it is, it's very delicate to talk about, because the person's reputation is at stake, and I really wish that maybe he didn't have that reputation, so that at least we can know that, okay, this guy is in need, so that we can find ways that we can help him. But regardless, I don't know whether you've chanced on the video. I'll put the number that he puts online for us to actually donate to him here, so that at least if you want to contribute to him, maybe in any way that you feel you can also do it. But before we do that, I would like us to go through some of the messages that some people online, their thoughts about this whole Dr. UN issue. Okay, so this is from this message is from 7. Okay, now 7 says, I don't know, but I feel this could also be a scam something. Okay, so I don't know, but I feel this could also be a scam something. I don't trust this dude. So like I'm saying, it's very delicate to trust somebody that's consistently proven that he's not trustworthy. Okay, and trust is not something that you give to people. It's because of their actions. Okay, because of something he has done. Now it's very delicate to actually trust the person. So he might be in dire need of whatever he's asking of, but now people are saying they don't trust him. Like this guy said, the 7 guy said. So okay, now look at this one too. This is from Tim. Tim says the best con artist. And this guy Big J also says, I beg, make Sarkodie help him, man. Now, and then he added laughing emoji. Now, if you don't understand why this guy is saying that, Big J is saying that, is because Sarkodie was hugely trolled for actually allowing himself to be awarded a feeding bottle. And Charlie, I think if you sit down with Sarkodie to ask him this issue, he might even end up laughing at himself, because it was a very funny situation for all of us that our big brand, our big Sarkodie, our best rapper ever was awarded a feeding bottle. And then he was so proud that, he actually posted it online, actually. So the trolling cycle they had to go through was crazy online. So that's why this guy is saying that. So let's move to other people's thoughts about this issue. So this is from Dr. Papin. Dr. Papin said, this guy sick of in scam. I know sure say people go help him. Well, that's the same thing I said. I mean, I think because of his situation, I feel it will be very difficult for people to actually um, arrive at a place that they are going to come from their head. And you know, these issues like this, it has to hit the person's heart to help you, because money is not easy to go by these days, especially in this economy that we live in. So if the person's going to, I mean, spare you a change or give you something, it has to hit their hearts. Okay, but if their hearts is being it's an impediment of maybe your reputation that you've built for yourself, then it becomes very difficult for people to help you. But I honestly, sincerely hope that for the sake of maybe his health, what if he's actually in dire need of that? And because I believe nobody actually enjoys being in a space that people will pity them. Okay, I think he's outside of his reputation and everything. I think he's a matured man, and he wouldn't like to put himself in that situation whereby people will look down on him and pity him. And I mean, he might be a scammer like we know him, but I believe that that's some level of scamming that personally I think we should give him some level of reasonable understanding. Maybe he wouldn't like to put himself in that kind of situation, that because this thing he's posting, all his family members are watching, and I don't think honestly he will come to that space that he will be so conniving that he would actually can't. Oh, nah, actually. But anyway, because of his reputation, so let me continue with the messages. So this one is from Coded. Coded says, trust this guy at your own risk. Okay. This is from Clifford. Clifford says, okay, he's insulting him, but he said something, and he said he should raise funds for his health since he can deceive people. Oh, Charlie. So, okay, and this is the one I want us to focus on. This is from Atta Ochre. Now, Atta Ochre says, after reviewing the comments, I have gained a deeper understanding of the importance of leaving a positive legacy. Regrettably, his negative reputation has caused many to doubt the sincerity of his request, even though it may be very well be genuine. Okay, so I think this is a very right message for us to actually end the comment section. Now, like Atta Ochre is saying, he has understood that it's good to actually leave a certain kind of reputation, okay, for yourself, I mean, because you don't know what will happen in the future. That, I mean, because of your reputation or because of how you are, people will struggle to actually believe you on certain things. So it's good to actually use these kind of situations. I always say that when I come to sit here on trends, some of the issues that we speak about are very delicate and are issues that sometimes, as bad as it looks, there's nothing that we can do about it because it's life situation and people's experiences. But the good side about this whole thing is we can learn a thing or two from it. So now, if the moral lesson of this whole content, this whole issue, for some of us is that you should leave a good legacy and you should protect your reputation at all costs, because a time will come that someone has to come to your aid in a certain kind of way. But if your reputation is in the way, then it becomes a very big issue for you to receive the help that you need. So like I said, even though we are not too sure about our man's request for funds, we will still put the number out. If you are moved to actually send something to the number that they provided, why not? You can send it, but you are doing it at your own risk. That's what I must say, because I mean, we are trying to raise funds for him in a certain kind of way. What if he's actually in dire need of that? Okay, so I'll just put the number out. If you are moved to actually give something out, why not? You can actually do it. So the number is 054 601 8686. 054 601 8686. The name that was provided was Salome Ankra. I don't know whether it was the lady that he was sitting down with, but that's the name that was provided. So that's with regards to Dr. Ewan Kwame. I don't know. Is it a doctor? No, I don't think it's a doctor by. I mean, that is recognized, a legal doctor. But anyway, we all know him to be Dr. Ewan. But his real name is Kwame Owusu Fordjour. and that's what he's going through. I don't know what you think about this whole thing, but I think maybe you have your personal thoughts about this Dr. Ewan. Somebody will say conundrum. So with that one said, we will end this episode of Trends on KDM here. The name remains Donald, not Trump. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.